Boom. Right, that's my house. Could you get out my house?
Alright. Clear my inventory.
Alright, so this way to the interview room. So, I'll be getting questions out of here. I chose some. I didn't choose all of them. I chose some of them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, let's get started. Some of them are so long that you only have half the message, but yeah. Does Skyblade development affect your daily schedule?
Great question, actually. I think, obviously, with the amount that Skyblade has, it's certainly something that I have to spend a lot of time piecing together. And ultimately, it does impact my day-to-day life, I suppose. I mean, it means that I have to get up a little bit earlier to make sure that I start something and have enough time in the day to actually do the project that I'm working on. And of course, it means that I sort of play less other games and sort of lose out on a little bit of free time here and there. So yeah, I'd say it does impact to some extent, yeah.
Alright. Question 2. I'm sure you've been asked this one a lot. Why Skyblade called Skyblade?
Another great question, actually. So obviously, when you're coming up with a Minecraft server, you want to make sure that you've got a name that's unique. It's not been used before, it hasn't been used before, and has a bad reputation. Because what you want is a fresh start, a clean slate. And there were so many different names that sort of were floating around at the time. But because Skyblade was originally going to be a Skywars focus server. You've obviously got the Sky from Skywars, and then Blade because it's quite PvP related, and so boom, Skyblade worked. And then of course we ended up having every other game under the sun. So
Alright. Question 3. What goes into running a Minecraft server?
a lot. Yeah, a lot has to be considered, especially now with cross-platform. You've always got to consider both sides to make sure that everyone's getting the best experience. So there's lots of planning, lots of time, lots of motivation as well. You've got to think this is not a small server anymore. It started out with Skywars, Spleef, TNT Run and Punch, and now it's got so much that it's just chaotic. And there's also other factors as well, but for the most part it's a lot of time, dedication and motivation.
Question 4. Do you like punch or drop more?
Ooh, I think I'm going to have to say drop, only because I'm not very good at PvP and there's lots of people that are better than me, whereas drop, it's all about sort of dodging things and trying not to fall into water, and I think I can do that a lot better than PvP, so I'm going to say drop.
Fair enough. This one isn't even related to Minecraft. Do you like waffles or pancakes?
Oh, oh gosh. I had a lot of waffles when I was at school. I know that sounds like wild having waffles at school, but it was a part of the break time sort of snack selection. So I'm going to go with waffles. Yeah, waffles.
Do you plan on focusing on Java and Bedrock?
Yeah, so obviously the crossplay makes it a lot easier to some extent because I'm not having to develop for two separate Minecraft servers anymore, whereas before I was. So it just means that everything's in the same update cycle, everyone can get the same maps at the same time, and to some degree it is a lot faster to produce updates because there's not two servers to do at the same time. So yeah, obviously that makes it easier, plus you've also got to consider both sides. You know, you've got chest interfaces, and then Bedrock has the Bedrock interfaces. So I try to make the experience best for both platforms and not just shove Bedrock players onto the Java server. I'm trying to make sure that there's a balance.
Who was your biggest inspiration for YouTube?
for YouTube. Okay, it's probably obvious, but Stampy was a massive inspiration. There's also Dan TDM and also Syndicate.
When will the Hunger Games series continue?
The Hunger Games series. Can't say anytime soon because, well, I'm a little bit occupied at the moment. That was mainly on the Xbox 360 and with a group of people that I played with all the time. And one, I don't have an Xbox 360 anymore, and two, I don't play with those people anymore. So yeah, not anytime soon, I'm afraid.
You're getting to the final 4 questions now. Why did you start the server?
Ooh, okay, so it has to be because of my previous knowledge with Tech Network and because I've just got a great love for Minecraft, I suppose. I originally wanted to start it again because I was playing a lot of another server, especially their Sky Wars, and I was winning a lot, and I wanted to have a platform where I could sort of build that as well as, you know, focus on Sky Wars, but it sort of went into other directions. But you know, I had previous experience with Tech Network, and I thought I could give this a try, and so I gave it another go, and I'm pretty glad I did.
Final 3 questions. Why did you start YouTube?
Ultimately, it was because it was, I suppose, something that was taking off. Lots of people were creating channels, and you know, it's something which I think most people give it a shot at in their life. You know, it's not necessarily just gaming, but vlogs or sort of real life content as well. And you know, I like Stampy's videos. I wanted to make my own videos, build my own audience, and things just kicked off from there.
Now, this one... yeah. Do you like Pringles cake?
Do I like Pringles cake?
Yes.
And a cake made of Pringles? I can't say that I've had it before, but if someone wants to make me a Pringle cake, I am all for it. Giving it a try at least.
Final question. Java or Bedrock? What one do you prefer?
Well, it's always been a mix between the two. I've always switched between, because I've come heavily from console, and I suppose Pocket Edition as well a little bit. It was Bedrock because I switched to Windows 10 Edition back when that first came out, and then I got Java, and then I played Java for a bit, and then I moved back to Bedrock, and I think I'm primarily Java now just because there's many things wrong with Bedrock, and if you know, you know.
Yeah. Well, that is all the questions. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I mean, it's been a pleasure.
Well, that is all of the questions, and maybe we will do a part 2 in the future.
I'm all down for a part 2. Maybe you could leave questions in the comments. That would be an idea.
Alright, well, thank you for coming, and yeah.
I'm gonna leave now. I'm gonna just go out this door and
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
Bye.
This
Okay,
room
bye.
probably will be demolished by tomorrow.
Have it your way. Still live in your house.
Hey, get out of my house. Oh, thank you for watching the Q&A. I'm concerned what Ryan's...
I was doing nothing. You saw nothing.
Fair enough. Yep, thanks for watching. Leave some more questions in the comments, and if we get enough, we'll do a part 2. Yeah. Goodbye.